The SpaceX CEO has a long-standing vision of establishing a city on the Red Planet. It would be self-sustaining, would be home to 1 million people, and would transform humanity into a multi-planet species. It is perhaps Musk's most ambitious goal, one that could keep him occupied for the next 3 decades. When Elon Musk announced his plans last year to build a self-sustaining colony on Mars, many did not think his futuristic goal would or could be achieved in their lifetime. But the SpaceX founder has now penciled in a date when he hopes the first human landings on Mars could take place. It's as early as 2024, just 2 years away. Speaking at the International Astronautical Congress in Adelaide, Australia, on Friday, Musk unveiled plans to send 2 unpiloted cargo missions to scout water sources and build a fuel plant on Mars in 2022. 2 years after that, he plans to send 4 more flights, 2 more unpiloted cargo missions, and 2 carrying astronauts. The rocket system that will be used is known as BFR, which, according to CBS News, is a euphemism for Big Fill-in-the-Blank rocket. Musk hopes that the system, which is around 106 meters tall, could one day carry people around Earth from city to city. That's not a typo, although it is aspirational, he told the conference, referring to the 2022 date. I can't think of anything more exciting than going out there and being among the stars, he added. Shortly before his presentation, Musk posted a photo on Instagram of SpaceX's future Martian city, which he captions Mars City. Opposite of Earth, he wrote, dawn and dusk sky are blue on Mars, and the day sky is red. Elon Musk has said that his plan to establish a permanent colony on Mars will eventually allow humanity to become not just multiplanetary, but also interstellar. The SpaceX boss is currently developing Starship rockets to transport people and cargo around the solar system, with the eventual goal of establishing a self-sustaining colony on the Red Planet. He has consistently stated that this is the ultimate goal of SpaceX, and he believes it is fundamentally necessary to ensure humanity's long-term survival as a species. The timeline for achieving this has been pushed back several times, though the earliest interplanet Starship cargo missions could take place in 2024 or 2026, when the orbits of Earth and Mars line up. It is hoped that a completely self-sufficient Mars colony could be set up by around 2050, though Musk is yet to speak publicly about what comes after. In a response to a question from one of his Twitter followers about the Great Filter, a philosophical concept relating to the probability of a species reaching an advanced enough stage of development to explore outer space before going extinct, Musk explained that his hopes were for humanity once Mars has been colonized. If we can make life self-sustaining on Mars, we will have passed one of the greatest filters. That then sets up to become interstellar, he replied. Earth is about 4.5 billion years old, but life is still not multiplanetary, and it is extremely uncertain how much time is left to become so. SpaceX is currently preparing for the first orbital launch of its Starship rocket, which will see it lift off from Texas and land off the coast of Hawaii early next year. There have already been several high-altitude flight tests of the next-generation rocket, with all but one ending in a fiery explosion. Once complete, the Starship craft and its accompanying booster rocket will be the most powerful rocket ever built, capable of producing more than twice the thrust of NASA's Saturn V rocket used during the Apollo missions. SpaceX is also building them to be rapidly reusable, which would transform space travel and allow fleets of them to shuttle between planets. For life to become multiplanetary, we'll need maybe 1,000 ships or something like that, Musk said earlier this month during an event with the US National Academy of Sciences. Long term, it's essential for preserving the light of consciousness. Eventually, something will happen to Earth, hopefully not soon, either natural or man-made, that would cause the end of civilization. The probable lifespan of civilization is much greater if we're a multi-planet species. Together, the Starship spacecraft and the Super Heavy rocket create a reusable transportation system that is capable of on-orbit refilling and leverages Mars' natural H2O and CO2 resources to refuel on the surface of Mars. Starship leverages tanker vehicles, essentially the Starship spacecraft minus the windows, to refill the Starship spacecraft in low Earth orbit before departing for Mars. Refilling on orbit enables the transport of up to 100 tons to Mars, and if the tanker ship has high reuse capability, the primary cost is that of the propellant, and the cost of the oxygen and methane is extremely low. Starship will enter Mars' atmosphere at 7.5 kilometers per second and decelerate aerodynamically. The vehicle's heat shield is designed to withstand multiple entries, but given that the vehicle is coming into Mars' atmosphere so hot, we still expect to see some ablation of the heat shield, similar to wear and tear on a brake pad. What is the Mars City? Musk plans to build a full-size city on the surface of Mars. This could be a city open to regular people, not just scientists and researchers. People interested in moving to Mars could pay for their flight with a loan. Once there, people would be able to pay off their loan by working in anything from iron foundries to pizzerias. Musk declared at a 2016 conference that there would be labor shortages for a long time. The city would be free to govern itself on its terms, as indicated by the Starlink Internet Service terms and conditions released in October 2020. Musk estimated in 2019 that it would take around 1 million tons of cargo to build a self-sustaining city on Mars. Assuming it costs $100,000 per ton to send cargo to Mars, with the upcoming Starship, that would put a Mars city's price at around $100 billion. At the high end, Musk estimates its cost around $10 trillion. How will Elon Musk build a city on Mars? Central to the plan is the Starship. This fully reusable rocket, currently under development in Texas, will enable SpaceX to send humans and cargo to Mars. The ship will be capable of launching over 100 tons or 100 people into space at a time. Its use of liquid oxygen and methane as fuel, rather than the rocket propellant used in the Falcon 9, means explorers can fly to Mars, refuel using resources found on the planet, and fly back to Earth. The astronauts could even venture out further into space, building a planet-hopping network of refueling stations along the way. During Musk's 2017 International Astronautical Congress presentation, he revealed images of how the city may look, and added that the city would begin initially with a series of bases, gradually expanding out over time. Elon Musk reminds us all that a bunch of people will probably die going to Mars. This isn't the first time that the tech billionaire has mentioned the likely demise of future Mars-bound astronauts. Honestly, a bunch of people will probably die in the beginning. Barefoot SpaceX founder Elon Musk told X Prize founder Peter Diamandis in a recent interview about the crewed missions to Mars. SpaceX has had its sights set on Mars since Musk formed the company in 2002. And for years, Musk, who became a tech billionaire before launching SpaceX, has been very candid about the risks that come with the territory of human spaceflight to the Red Planet. In fact, in 2017, Musk said at the International Astronautical Congress that the first humans to journey to Mars should be prepared to die. Musk told Diamandis in the interview, which streamed live for over an hour and 19 minutes on YouTube on Thursday, April 22nd, that going to Mars reads like that ad book for explorer Ernest Shackleton going to the Antarctic, referencing early 20th century British explorer Ernest Shackleton, whose ad for a crew of explorers read, "Men wanted for hazardous journey." It's dangerous, it's uncomfortable, it's a long journey. You might not come back alive, but it's a glorious adventure, and it'll be an amazing experience, he said. You might die, and you probably won't have good food and all these things. It's an arduous and dangerous journey, where you may not come back alive, but it's a glorious adventure, Musk said. Although Musk has said similar things in the past, the context surrounding the statements has changed tremendously. Compared with 2017, SpaceX has made major strides in human spaceflight. The meaning of these statements continues to evolve, as Mars becomes less of a moonshot goal and more of a tangible possibility. SpaceX's developments in human spaceflight continue to grow. On April 23rd, SpaceX's Crew 2 mission launched 4 more astronauts to the International Space Station aboard the company's Crew Dragon spacecraft. This is the 3rd successful crewed launch for SpaceX, and experts think missions like this are paving the way for future human space exploration. Additionally, the company now holds a spaceflight contract with NASA to carry humans beyond Earth orbit for its Starship vehicle that continues to undergo testing at SpaceX's facilities near the village of Boca Chica, Texas. SpaceX recently secured a contract with NASA's Human Landing Systems (HLS) program to develop and build a lunar lander for the agency's Artemis program, which aims to land humans on the moon by 2024. As recently as December, Musk stated publicly that it was possible that SpaceX would land humans on Mars by 2026. This is just 2 years after NASA's goal of landing Artemis astronauts on the moon by 2024, itself a very ambitious timeline. When do you think a city on Mars could be achieved? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment in the section below.